Why is NIO stock seeing such crazy movements? It is a company I truly believe in that I started talking about back in September of 2020 when it was around $20 a share, but after this crazy run up it has been dropping a lot. So let's make sense of this sell-off, how I am responding to it personally before talking about some great recent news about this company. Firstly guys, I want to make it clear that I am still very much bullish as always on this stock, and I have been adding to my position these past couple of weeks. $33 a share is just a catch in my opinion, and I can still very much see NIO becoming a dominant electric vehicle contender in the future. In just a few months they will be expanding to Norway, which is an awesome sign of progress really. Secondly guys, the reason for why we're actually dropping so hard right now has nothing to do with NIO as a company at all, and it is the same reason pretty much all growth stocks, and especially the growth stocks with higher sales multiples, are getting sold off, and that is inflation worries causing a rotation in the market where people move from promising tech companies with high growth multiples to more value oriented stocks. At the same time, the chip shortage and the possibility of these companies having to raise more cash through share offerings isn't helping either. But I think all these worries are nothing more than temporary. The effects from the chip shortage will be a thing of the past in just a few months, and when the inflation worries go away and the Federal Reserve keeps doing what they have promised to do, I see all these growth stocks and especially electric vehicle favorites like Tesla and NIO making a strong comeback. Of course, it is painful to watch the portfolio being red all the time, but that is the risk we take when investing in these growth stocks, and in the end being able to stay cool and capitalize on this opportunity and buy the dip is the way to go in my opinion. This correction could get worse, you never really know, but as long as the companies stay the same, these are long-term opportunities to make tons and tons of money. If you cannot stay cool during these times, it is probably the best to not check your portfolio for a while, or maybe even to consider investing in more boring stocks like Coca-Cola, 3M or Clorox, just to sleep well at night. Alright guys, with this said, let's move on to some actual interesting NIO news, and that is NIO recently announcing that they will start delivering vehicles to Norway in September, and it will be their flagship SUV, the ES8, that will be their first model. The new ET7, which hasn't even delivered to China yet, will be exported to Norway in 2022, and despite the extra costs that come with tariffs and shipping costs, NIO will not be seeking higher gross margins according to founder and CEO William Li. This just shows that NIO is prioritizing actual market penetration rather than maximizing profits. Just quite interesting when you realize that despite this they have reached a very impressive 19.5% gross margin in the first quarter, higher than market expectations. Obviously sales in China are what is more important and NIO's main focus, but establishing yourself in other countries is just so beneficial for the brand and would help NIO's reputation in the longer term. So moving on to something very different, it seems like even NIO is working to make use of blockchain technology. Guys, as you know, cryptocurrencies have been skyrocketing recently, and although using cryptocurrencies for payments is prohibited in China, innovations that use the blockchain technology are still very much encouraged. And this is what NIO seems to be working on right now, revealing on LinkedIn that they are hiring blockchain and security software engineers based in San Jose, US. And even though it is a temporary position, it is still drawing a lot of interest. Now, we have no idea what NIO is planning to do with this technology, but simple common sense would dictate that they are working on some kind of reward system or maybe entitlement systems that is based on blockchain. NIO already has an entitlement system where they reward users who successfully refer others to purchase a car. They also give points to users who log into the NIO app every single day. And with this new blockchain technology, this process could become decentralized, more efficient, transparent, and NIO users could have an easier time exchanging points with each other even, almost turn this point system into an altcoin of sorts. Of course, only speculation, but it will certainly be very interesting to see how this plays out. And guys, lastly, let's look at how NIO is absolutely dominating dominating China's electric vehicle SUV market. Despite the share price being down, I want to make it clear to you guys that NIO is doing better than ever right now in this market, and last month in April, NIO was the top selling brand in China with a 23% market share among electric SUVs, with Tesla coming in at second place at 17% and WM Motor and XPeng at 7%. This dominance is despite the chip shortage issues and shows us just how well NIO is doing in the EV market. Remember guys that the EV industry in general is just a very small fraction of the car market compared to traditional automakers, and the market is really underestimating how crazy NIO sales can be once we start seeing electric vehicles getting more and more adoption. Now, after this huge sell-off, NIO is worth less than $50 billion, and I would totally want to bet on them continuing their growth as the electric vehicle market also keeps on growing. So guys, as you hear, I'm still very much bullish on NIO. Some of you are probably frustrated or tired of seeing the stock go down all the time, and so am I, but it is just the nature and reality of the stock market. We have to be able to keep cool and use these opportunities instead of following the masses and run away. Again, nothing wrong if you don't like this stock, but make sure to know why. Selling something just because everyone else is doing so, or even buying something because everyone else is doing so, is usually not an ideal mindset to have in the long term if you want to be in the stock market and make tons of money for years to come. I still see NIO hitting $100 a share in the future, although it might take longer than expected. I think that when the uncertainties regarding inflation and increased interest rates start to fade away and the future becomes more clear to us, the rotation will go back to growth stocks and electric vehicle companies like Tesla, and of course the Chinese EV companies like NIO, XPeng and Li Auto all will see great recoveries. And by then I am sure everyone will complain that they did not go into the companies earlier when the prices were lower and they didn't take advantage of this dip. Of course, all just my opinion, since I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so please make sure to do your own research and come to your own conclusions when investing in the stock market. And guys, with that, I want to conclude today's video. My name is Sam, welcome to the channel. Here to talk about various different interesting growth stocks, just economic topics in general. We'll see how the future will be for this channel, but I'm excited to start uploading more and more, and especially in the summer when all this schoolwork is done, you will start seeing very consistent uploads from me. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe if you want to be here for the future and see more content. Thanks.